a lot of artists, they tend to forget something that we say in French. On ne change pas une équipe qui gagne. You don't change a team that wins. And you know, there's a lot of artists that are struggling today that used to be big. And if you look at, you know, it's easy to talk about the future when it didn't happen yet. But if you can look back now, you can see that a lot of people, they had a team when it worked, and then they changed teams, or they had a fight with their team members or their producer, whoever did the first hit, and it stops working there. And that's why we say that. On ne change pas une équipe qui gagne. If it's working, don't change. Don't go look for how it is outside or with other people, or other people who now all of a sudden they want to work with you because it's working. Listen, stay with the people who believed in you from the beginning. And I see a lot of artists, they're crying right now about, oh, this is such and such and such and such and such and such and such did this to me and whatever, and they're walking on the beach making, listen, he was working with a certain team in a certain configuration. And at that point, you guys had the connection with God when you guys were in that exact configuration. Soon as you change one little thing in here, one person leaves, all of a sudden the connection is lost. And sometime you might find a connection again with another team. But a lot of times you never find it again. And I was having a conversation with a very famous Zouk artist, and she was telling me, yeah, you know, me, I suffered because of this and that and and people don't understand that, which happened. And then I was like, listen, sis, you know, I understand everything you're telling me, but there's something that a lot of you, and you are doing it right now, a lot of you are not able to look in their own past and look in their own action and understand, yeah, listen, there's a part of luck, there's a part of destiny, there's a part of other people's action. But you have to always ask yourself, what did I do? What did I change that took me out of the path and I lost myself? And if you are not able to do this, you keep looking for excuses. You keep looking for places to point your fingers. And look, like there's a bunch of artists. I'm like, listen, this girl was telling me, yeah, but you know, and listen, I was like, listen, I understand. The guy was fucking buff of you. I understand. The guy was a narcissistic pervert. I understand. There was a lot of drama. But as unfair as it can look, you still change a team that was winning. And you have to understand that you decided to turn something that was a business into something that was personal and mix everything. And because of that, the team that was winning disbanded. And this is your responsibility. And as long as you are not understanding what are your responsibilities in you not having success anymore, then all you do is be grumpy, angry, and say that the whole world is everybody's fault, and you never look at your own mistakes. And I told her to her face, I said, listen, you should never have involved yourself with that person. Because of that action here, And I cannot give you the the the, the exact thing because it's stuff that is personal to them. But because of you involving yourself personally in that, you actually are responsible for destroying 4 careers. Yours, this one, and that one. And because of that, the team that win, l'équipe qui gagne, everybody went their separate way, believing that everybody was way too big to fail, and you all failed because the public, when they love a sound, they want the sound. Listen, there was a girl. I did her first album with the sound, my sound. After that, she thought she was too big to fail. So she went and she did a second album without me and without the sound. And you know what happened? It failed. You know why? On ne change pas une équipe qui gagne. Some people, I did their first song. There was a group in 1996. They signed to Sony Music because of my song that I did. I did the beat. They were a group of rappers, 3 girls. They signed to Sony Music thanks to my beat. We all went there. They served us champagne. We signed a contract. So I thought I would do all the beats in the album because I was the beat maker that made them sign through my song. And you know what they did when they arrived at Sony? They stopped calling me. And you know what the people at Sony told them? They told them, don't worry, we don't need that guy. We have a bunch of guys that you can work with that are in our roster. Yeah, work with him and him and him. And me, I was like, wow, 1996. And you know what happened? They failed. You know why? On ne change pas une équipe qui gagne. Don't change a team that wins. If because of my track you signed to Sony Music, you must at least do half of the album with me. Because the people who bought your first single, they also bought my sound. You don't want? Goodbye. 2007, I do On a changé for les DS and Danse avec moi. Writing, composing, beats with the Kaysha sound, the Candy Zouk sound. The album comes out, becomes a hit. We generate €1 million. And then Lila, who was the singer in Les DS, she does her solo album. And now she has a new boyfriend and a new manager and a bunch of new people telling her, hey, we don't need Kaysha, his husband. Let's take you to the 21st century. And she did her first album. And you know what happened? It failed. You know why? Because there was no Kaysha sound in there. Because on ne change pas une équipe qui fucking gagne. And I have 1,000 examples like this one. 1,000 examples. Listen, I had this girl. I'm not gonna name people because I'm not trying to create beef. I'm just telling facts. I'm here and I have this girl that I've been working for a long time, and she's now in her 30s, and you know, she's trying to compete with people who are 20, who are just arriving and who have the buzz, the exciting. And she make me listen to a track, and I tell her that's not a hit, first of all, and second of all, that's not what you need. Because in a career, you only have 3 phases. Listen to me. In a career, you only have three phases. The moment where you have the buzz and you are launching, then the apogee when you are just on cruise mode, and then the moment when you are going back down. And sometimes you can control when, but most time you don't control because it's the public. Listen, a girl that is 15 years old who is obsessed by you, she sleeps listening to your music, she loves you, she have your posters, she wish she was your girlfriend, she's gonna dream of you maybe until she's 18, 19. At 20, she meets her future husband. She falls in love with this guy. She loves him to death. All the love she used to have for you, maybe 80% of this love is now going to her boyfriend. It's normal. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's life. After a point, they have 2 babies. Do you believe that she has time for you now and your songs? Yeah, she will come to your shows when she can, but now she has kids. Maybe she has a job now. She's 25. By the time she's 35, her kids are in school. Maybe she has 3 of them. Maybe she divorced the boyfriend and she has too much stuff to do. She has work and whatever, and she has other things to do other than thinking about the tracks that you do that she grew up with. And it doesn't mean that she stopped loving you. It's just that, yeah, she respects you, but she has a life to take care of. By the time she's 45, the kids are grown, they have their job, she's fine, she have her job, she's cool, and all of a sudden she comes back to your shows. You know why? Because she's less busy. And now you are part of her nostalgia. So there's a thing. You don't control all that because all you can control is your output, the music you do. You can control that. But you cannot control how people react to it. If they react to it like crazy when they are 15, 17, 18, that's amazing. But it doesn't mean that when they are 40 or 30, they will react the same way because they are also on the path of their own lives. And maybe one day they just get tired of your music. It happens. So what I was telling to this artist was, you are not here. She was telling me, she was talking to me about artists like Kim, like Fanny G. And I was like, they are 18 years old. You are not supposed to compete with people who are 18 years old. What we are supposed to do is write for them, give them some beats so that these people, when they arrive here, they make us money. You are here already. Your goal is not to go there. So you are not competing with the people who are here going up. Leave them alone. It's their time. They are in the age where you were 10 years ago. If you're here, we have to find a way to keep you here. Or maybe go up, or at least stay here. To stay on cruise control, you don't need the same songs that people who are doing this. And as I was explaining this to her, she got frustrated. And she told me, you are not supporting me. I was like, huh? Pona, why? Me? I'm not supporting you? She was like, yeah. And I was like, so what you want to do? And she told me, I'm going to go work with this team there. And I told her, on ne change pas une équipe qui gagne. And she told me, I'm still going to do it. So she went to work with another team. And you know what happened? She did that. And she didn't do that. She did that. Full crash. Because she did the wrong song. I told her it, even if she was working with the other team, she came to me asking me for my opinion, and I told her, this is not the right song that you're doing. You don't need to do it. And I told her, listen, this is the vision. At your age, at your time in your career, what you need to do is 5 songs. 5 songs like this, like this, like this. Let me call Ali Angel, Frédéric Wirtz, myself. Let me call Thierry Delaney and prepare you 5 songs. And we're going to release a track every 3 months. And we're going to put them on the internet. So listen, this conversation is 2010. And I'm saying, we're going to put everything on the internet. We don't need to release CDs. And she was like, not release CDs. He's crazy, this guy. I was like, listen, this is the future. And you know what? I told her, let's come to Portugal. We can shoot 3 videos for the price of 1. And she went to the other team. And the other team said, you see, he doesn't have money. That's why he wants to go shoot in Portugal. We're going to shoot you 1 video for the price of his 3 videos. And she followed the other team. And then she crashed. On ne change pas une équipe qui gagne. Listen, I have thousands of stories like this, thousands. And I really realized that a lot of artists, they don't realize that. You have a lot of people, they don't even realize the hits they have. They only believe that they had hits because of themselves. They don't understand that they are, listen, I can say that something going on, the original version is a hit because of my own work, because I was the one who wrote it, composed it, produced it, and mixed it. But still, Ravi was there when I was recording it, so he was there, helping with the direction. It's a team effort. But at least I can say that there's a lot of songs that I did alone here in my home studio. But still, there's also the part of the public. There's also the part of the DJs. You're never alone. But if you listen to all these people, listen, there's one these days, she's walking on the beach and calling out everybody. But if you listen to everything she says, she believes that she did everything on her own. And she's like a long list of artists. They don't realize that the reason why it worked was because of the team they had around at the time. It doesn't mean that they are not talented, but talent alone is not enough. There's a bunch of talented people who are singing in the metro in New York. You have to acknowledge who was the team behind a certain song, a certain party, a certain moment in time that was perfect. When you touch the connection to God. And if you cannot recognize it, then you become like a bunch of these fallen angels, angry, always calling out people, angry at everybody, pissed off, full of ingratitude, aigri. This is because you are not able to realize that you've never been alone in this. And listen, I'm not saying there's only one team that can win. But listen, when it works, before you leave, wait for the formula to stop working. If you can do 10 songs, 20 songs, 30 songs, 50 songs with the team as it works, do as much as you can. And then when your public says, hey, we kind of tired, now you can go do something else. But a lot of people, they in a hurry to change. And you know what? Because a lot of them, they are not really doing what they wanted to do in the first place. They're here with a team, but in reality, they wanted to do something else, and they end up, going down faster than they should have. It is what it is. Revelation is saying it is true. Some artists literally disappeared overnight. Yeah, listen. I'm gonna tell you one thing that I always say. It is actually harder to come back from a hit than to come back from a song that everybody ignored. Because if you do 20 songs here on this level, right? It's okay, there's no stress. But if, let's say, you have your first song here, now everything you will do after that is going to be compared to that. And it's hard because you feel the pressure to deliver again on a hit. If you never do a hit, you might actually have a long career and you might do 500 songs and live cool doing your shows and doing your things. It is always hard to do a hit song, a hit party, a hit festival, a hit, whatever it is. If you have, let's say you make a party and there's like 1,000 people in your party. Now everybody is expecting every party to have 1,000 people. And now you're running after the 1,000 people when in reality you could do 300 and be fine. And everybody makes their money and everybody enjoy the party. And so you have to treat a hit as an accident. If you don't, there you go, running after it. Listen, none of my hits, none of them, listen to me, none of them were planned. I never was like, oh, this is a hit. On dit quoi? Listen, it was track 11 in the album. Nobody thought it would be a hit. Listen, I do mixtures, I try stuff, I put them in music, and I let the public decide. And if they love it, they love it. If they don't love it, at least I love it. If they make it a hit, cool. If they don't make it a hit, cool. If 1 million people love it, amazing. If 1,000 people love it, amazing as well. And if you take music like this, it becomes fun. If you start saying, listen, I have the talent, I'm unique, I'm so X, I'm so Y, I'm so Z, what's going to happen is you're putting pressure on yourself. It has to work because I'm X, Y, Z. No, the public will do what the public will do. There's nothing you can do. Yes, you can put all the chances on your side, but still, in the end, the public will decide. And sometimes, listen, it's a confluence of things. Sometimes, for whatever reason, it takes, and sometimes it doesn't take for reasons that have nothing to do with it was a good song or the public was there. Listen, sometimes something else happened. A war breaks out and all of a sudden nobody cares about your song because you release it on the wrong day. This happens as well. Hey, what are we gonna do?